Zenith Energy have signed a memorandum of understanding concerning the potential sale of a portfolio of solar development projects in Piedmont, Italy. And joining us here today to talk more about this is its CEO, Andrea Cattaneo. Welcome.
Thank you for your time.
So, Andrea, it's been an eventful week for Zenith's solar business in Italy. Could you take us through these news and tell us a little bit about how this relates to your overall strategy?
Yes, it has been a week of great satisfaction after only 1 year and 3 months since we started the photovoltaic venture. This journey has brought us to have approximately 200 megawatt of capacity in our pipeline, which is already a sizable achievement. We should reach 200 in the next few weeks and then set up a new target for the portfolio. But the one thing is to announce a pipeline, which to somebody seems a castle of cards, and instead is a lot of work, because a pipeline is buying the land, going to the notary, making the application for the connectivity with the Enel distribution, which is the network of the state-owned electricity company, and then achieving as well the permission to build. So all these things are the things that we do daily for our portfolio of 20 plus properties around Italy in 3 clusters. And the fact that we have seen that the decision strategical of location has been awarded with the interest of a buyer has been a great satisfaction. And we have decided not to have a mega project, but only medium to small project, but in a cluster, in a way that we could then combine 2 or 3 and make an amount, a size of megawatt that is appealing to mega buyers, like, for example, a data center, like in this case. Our satisfaction, because you have an idea, but then the idea should come to fruition. So now it came to fruition initially with this MOU, which will then require fine-tuning of the negotiation and then payment. But already the size of the profit that we bring with solar to the market of Zenith is extremely important. The majority of the investors look for the last 15 months to us in disbelief, thinking that the solar was a non-profitable business, B, something in the far future. So we have demonstrated with the construction that started for one small plant of a megawatt in Puglia that we are already in bricks and mortar, so to make the real thing. Physically, and then with this deal that only the property of certain licenses can be very valuable on itself before going to the construction. So this confirms the spirit of our activity, which is the one to be a company that is industrial. So it will look always to make construction and production. And so then, as a consequence, as a portfolio like we have in the fossil fuel division of site where we produce as an industrialist. But as well, because of the speed of the growth of our portfolio, which is called in electricity a pipeline, then having achieved that, there is the possibility to make as well financial deals, like the sale of a part of the portfolio before being built. So that is something that we are very happy to have configured and then to start to realize, both in the construction of the small plant and B, as well in the trade of bigger combination of properties to a buyer. And this is the beauty of our combined philosophy, to have 50% sale, 50% maintain, And because with 50% sale, the portfolio will go down upon sale, the ability to grow in parallel additional pipeline in a way that we remain always in our pipeline sizable to create a momentum that in the years continue to deliver opportunity like that. So to become a producer, to have electricity that we bill monthly to the system and create monthly revenue like we do already with the electricity coming from fossil origin, and to have deals that permit that combination of two, three properties that are together in a cluster in appealing size can be sold to bigger entities, cash-rich utilities, or builder of data center, which they have mega project and they need the production of photovoltaic energy.
And looking ahead, what is Zenith's next steps for their solar portfolio? And what sort of reassurances can you give investors on the current path that you're going on?
Well, you speak about reassurance, and I think that the best thing that we can use to reassure investors of our capabilities to bring to truth, to facts, to reality, the ideas that I have before for months illustrated only with my mouth, and is the listing of Revey. Revey Resources is our uranium listed company in the stock exchange called Aquis in London, which is a fast-growing stock exchange, becoming very attractive and internationally recognized. And before, the uranium division was just an uranium division within the melting pot of Zenith, the incubator of Zenith. And so we had no growth of the stock price because of it, which remained concentrated mainly in the arbitration, and which is the biggest still engine of our attraction as a stock. And instead has been listed. We found a partner, mining specialist. We remain the highest amount holder of the stock, so the main shareholder for long of the company, because 29.9 in an English panorama is the maximum that a creator of a company, a major shareholder, can detain, can hold. And so we have 29.9, including the dilution of the already granted warrants. And the stock has grown 5 times in the initial days. Then, of course, now a little bit settled, but still we have an amount of value in our hands as Zenith that is circa 2.5 million pounds, so in excess of $3.5 million, and so 35 million SEK or kroner. Of course, I say that approximately. So all of that is something that is unthinkable when we were speaking in late summer 2025, when we started to promote the idea. This has come to full realization. So the journey of Revey has started, and we have had the pleasure to receive the visit of the governmental commissioners and various regional and communal local authorities in a way that they are reassured about the state of the mine and the fact that we are doing the environmental studies in the best way. So the journey has started. Other people will speak in their press conference about that, the CEO of Revey, but myself as a shareholder and together with my co-shareholder, the 12,000 plus shareholders of Zenith, I can say that we have made an achievement creating a very expensive, capital-intensive unit, put it in the stock exchange, and now being partner for long of this, which we believe will be a success story. So the same for electricity. Electricity started apparently in the back of an envelope with contracts, but now we are in one side starting the construction of something that will be producing online before the end of the year. On the other side, we have signed a pre-contract for the sale of a combination of 3 properties that make a good financial gain. So the philosophy that we express as a theory and we put in our presentation and brochures may be to the disbelief of someone has come to fruition.
And looking back at the journey you've made so far, how come Zenith has been able to grow this solar business at this rate?
Well, indeed, it seems that we have been very fast from the start of the first acquisition on the 1st of April 2025 till today, so 15 months. But I would say that we have to consider that we produce electricity in Italy since 11 years. And so the electricity aspect, which is the most difficult, has been already achieved a long time ago. And then because of that, we started with a great advantage in respect of somebody else being a newcomer. And we have the relations with Enel since 11 years. We know, we understand the laws of the market of making electricity, and we know as well the counterparty, which has made us being able to select the dimensions that have made the present deal possible. In fact, the idea to have properties not bigger than 20 mega has come from our experience, because we know that above 20 mega, the complexity of permitting may become much bigger, and so longer time. And the fact that staying together in an area of 25, 30 kilometers distance max will create a cluster. All information that we gain from our experience in producing electricity from the fossil sector. So that is the reason for which we have been able to make the mathematics work, and we have been able to calculate the costing, which the costing of acquiring land and making the development, serving the cost of the pipeline, will be together only 5 million. And then the sale price permit us to have a profit of 7 million euros, which are very important amount of money in respect of our dimensions. And so that is absolutely something that is important for our activity, to have done the just correct dimensioning in a way that we are not making things too big that will become too complicated to handle, or too small will become showing to our shareholder a petty result. So that is because of experience. And so we are very proud to have made these calculations in the right way. At the same time, we have done as well the calculation of the portfolio, we believe, in the right way, because selling now 50 mega will permit simply to make the 50 mega replace by additional acquisition. So let's say if we sell tomorrow, we will have a portfolio of only 150 mega. But in the meantime, while we complete this transaction, we may have made a new acquisition for another 50 mega. So we are back to 200, or maybe we are going to 250 or to 300. So the ability remain our strong capacity of scouting properties, and making as well the proper calculation in the scouting of small properties, which is the other side of the business announced on the 1st of July, that we are starting to make the construction of the first 1 mega property in Puglia. So the two sides of the business are represented economically here, a long-term, smaller profit in the construction of plants, and a bigger short-term profitability, the 7 million that we make in the deal, which is a sort of financial deal, pre-construction of the cluster in Piedmont. So I think that the answer in a nutshell is that having done that for 11 years has permitted us being around in Italy, knowing the region, knowing the location, because as well with our gas property, we had 11 wells around Italy. So we had 11 different experiences with the local authorities and the complexity of the Italian legislation. And having dealt with electricity and the price of electricity has made us able to make the choice that bring these two successes, the construction of the first plant and the deal of having sold 50 mega for 7 million euro profit.
Thank you very much, Andrea Cattaneo.
Thank you for your time and attention.